Hello, guys, and welcome back to another edition of Baseball Talk with the All Brothers. My name is Nicholas Earl. I'm joined here by my brother Tim, and today it's time to reveal our teams for all March and April. Now we are recording this on May the 7th. I think this is going to be going out on May the 8th.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why stats are probably a little bit off, I have to put the disclaimer out there. This goes up to April 30th. Anything May 1st on doesn't matter for this video. That's next month when we do an all-May team, which we'll do the individual month. It won't be like, It'll be what you do in April, March and April, what you do in May, what you do in June. And we're going to do this every single month for the whole season and see which players pop up the most type of thing. So I have my team picked out. You have your team picked out. Want to get it started?
Yep, we're going to be doing both an American League all team and a National League all team. So we'll start off in the American League.
Yes, and we will start off with the most important position in baseball, the catcher position. American League, there's a couple guys that I was looking at. Cal Raleigh's kind of off to a slow start, so he really just did not have really much there. Dylan Dingler has had a nice start. He had one WAR in March/April, but I have a feeling me and you landed on the same exact player, and that is the Athletics no city designation catcher Shea Bangaliers.
Yes. I also, for me, the close number 2, and I really wanted to put him in there, although he did miss a little bit of time. Adley Rutschman. The only reason why we couldn't put him in there, he did not have enough numbers to qualify.
Yep.
But Adley's been off to a really nice start. I want to shout out Adley because, hey, I hyped him up. I remember in the Bold Takes video, I said Adley Rutschman breakout. He could be an all-star. Why not? I think he's a top 2 catcher in baseball right now, but it's hard to go against Mr. Bangaliers. He is off to a great start in the month of April or March/April. 30 games, 8 home runs, 15 RBIs, walk rate of 8.1%, which is actually quite solid. 1.6 WAR, and he was batting .328, .382, and .592 with an xWOBA of .421. WRC plus 166. So I did call in the beginning of the year. I said that Shea Langoliers would lead the league in home runs. I believe since May started, he has 3 more. I think he's up to 11 now. And he's absolutely tearing the cover off the ball. Shea Bangaliers is the American League catcher.
Yeah, and also the WAR leader for all American League catchers. There's only 5 qualified catchers, by the way, which is interesting because the only 5 that are qualified have enough plate appearances as primary catchers in the American League are Bangaliers, Dingler, Raleigh, Jansen, and Perez. So interesting.
You also got to think Adley's got some DH, so
yes,
he might not qualify as much, but Bangaliers is right there.
Yep. Which will move over to the first base position in the American League. And this is an interesting one. And I felt like one of the players that was really frustrating that did not make my roster because there's players in their positions that were just overperforming them. Munetaka Murakami did not make my list. A couple other shout outs: Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a 1.2 WAR, which is second among American League first basemen, with a 354, 438, 469. So having a solid start to the year. But there's one first baseman in the American League with 10 home runs, 23 RBIs, and a 327, 443, 714 slash line for a 1.157 OPS. And it is Mr. Benjamin Rice of the New York Yankees. My pick for the first base position in the American League. Leads in WAR as well, 1.7 WAR. Something I definitely took into account because I feel like WAR is one of the best stats you can use for like an overall player profile. Ben Rice for me. I think we agree on first base.
We do. Ben Rice was my number 1 by a lot. I wish he faced more lefties in that month because he's been awesome since then. Ben Rice, 30 games in this sequence, 10 home runs, 23 RBIs. His walk rate was 17.2%, which is very impressive, which is third amongst first basemen, behind Sal Stewart, which I almost put him as my first baseman for the National League, but we'll talk about who I did in a little bit.
Yep.
And he's also behind Nicholas Kurtz, who has a walk rate of 23.7%, which is insane. But Ben Rice hitting 327, 443, 714, which is absolutely insane. WRC plus of 211.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys an idea, that is second place in baseball. There's only one player that has a higher WRC plus, and that is Yordan Alvarez. Number 3, which I did not have on my list because I couldn't get him in there because there's a better player for first base. Idamargo Vargas.
Yeah.
Has a 199 WRC plus.
Yeah.
Well, those are your 3 200 WRC pluses. Little did we know, but at the end of April, that we would say the best hitter on the New York Yankees was not Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it was
Ben Rice. But Ben Rice is the first baseman that we selected.
All right. I'll let you start on this next one. This is an ugly one. The American League second base position. I have my pick. The more and more I looked at it, the more clear it became for me. Strikes out a little bit more than the other ones, but second base. Are we lined on second base or
Probably not?
Okay. Who you got?
I did Jeremiah Jackson. Jeremiah Jackson, the second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles, who's going to give the Orioles a very big fit once Holiday comes back and they have to figure out who they want to start there. In the month of April, Jeremiah Johnson had 29 games, 6 home runs, 24 RBIs. Walk rate was only 1.9%, which is not great.
He doesn't
23% strikeout rate, but he was batting 270, 288, 480 with a WRC plus of 111. I know it's not crazy good, but you look at all the other second basemen, the only one that had more WAR, or there's 2 of them that had more WAR in the American League, and that was Cole Young and Brian Rocchio. Jeremiah Jackson only had 0.4, but I kind of viewed that one as he's been one of the reasons that's kind of keeping the Orioles that kept the Orioles semi close to 500 that year, that month. Because you lose one of your big bats in Holiday, and then he comes up and he's doing what he's doing. Jeremiah Jackson's my pick for second baseman. I'm not with you on this one. I went with Cole Young of the Seattle Mariners. That's fair.
He leads the second baseman for the American League in WAR at 0.9, which isn't crazy different than 0.4.
So it's half WAR. It's not a big deal.
He has a better WRC plus 126 to 111 compared to Jeremiah Jackson. Jeremiah Jackson is out slugging, but you look at the overall slash line, better batting average for Cole Young, better on-base percentage for Cole Young, and the difference between on-base compared to slug, the difference is higher with the on-base for Cole Young. Walks a little bit more and strikes out less, which is nice as well. And also Cole Young kind of been lifting up an offense that's kind of struggled around him because Cal Raleigh off to a somewhat slow start. And so is Julio as well as Josh Naylor. So for me, Cole Young for American League second baseman.
I feel that I almost went Cole Young, but I wanted to point out somebody different. I liked my pick.
Fair.
Shortstop.
Shortstop's an interesting one because I have because there's one shortstop on my list that was eligible for third base as well, and I put him at the third base position. So we'll talk about him. I will talk about him when we get to the third baseman.
Well, we'll let you talk about your guy, and then I'll talk about the player, and then you can talk about him because we'll go right into third baseman there.
Yep. For me, it's Bobby Witt Jr. Once again, leads shortstops in WAR, which I do value an awful lot. His slash line has been really good. The only one better than feels like one of the only ones better than him really is the guy I picked to be the third baseman. because I felt like the second best third baseman, compared to Bobby Witt, I wanted Bobby Witt on the team rather than the second best third baseman. And also 10 steals, which is kind of nice, only behind Jose Caballero for American League shortstops. He's off to a slow start, but Bobby Witt Jr. is still one of the best in baseball. Also an 807 OPS as well.
Yeah, but when I had the opportunity, the difference between Bobby Witt and my shortstop is 0.1 WAR, which is nothing. And I feel like his numbers have been a lot better. Yes, I know. You put him at third. I did have somebody else for third that I really like. Kevin McGonigal, rookie shortstop for the Detroit Tigers. He was the number 2 prospect in baseball. The number 1 prospect in baseball. He's starting to heat up now. I think he's on a 7-game hitting streak in
Connor
Griffin. But Kevin McGonigal, 31 games, 2 home runs. He's not a big power guy, but 13 RBIs. Walk rate of 14%, which is second among shortstops. Qualified, or fourth among shortstops qualified, but like Gerardo Perdomo, JP Crawford, and no, it's just those 2 guys that have a higher walk percentage. Oh, and Dansby Swanson. But Kevin McGonigal batting .328, .426, and .509 with a WRC plus of 164, which is way higher than Bobby Witt's 118 WRC plus. Bobby Witt's got it from his fielding.
His defense is the best and one of the best in baseball.
But I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Kevin McGonigal for shortstop for the American League.
And don't worry, I am not slighting Kevin McGonigal. You know why? He's my American League third baseman. Let's get into it. Kevin McGonigal, rookie shortstop third baseman for the Detroit Tigers. Absolutely unreal starts of the season, and I feel like him versus Munetaka Murakami is going to be one hell of a rookie of the year race this year.
I don't think it's going to be as close as you think.
I think McGonigal is going to run away with it, honestly. McGonigal, 1.6 WAR, which is half a WAR better than the next best third baseman, which is either Maikel Garcia or Jose Ramirez. J-Ram, once again, having a fine start. 222 batting average is kind of concerning, but as you mentioned, WRC plus 164 for Kevin McGonigal, which the only one remotely close to him, 158 WRC plus Josh Young. But Josh Young also 0.9 WAR compared to 1.6. That's a pretty significant difference for me for 1 month. And when you look at the slash line at batting average, on base percentage, it both goes to McGonigal. Slugging slightly goes to Jung. But other than that, I think Kevin McGonigal is your third baseman for the American League. I kind of want to compare Bobby Witt compared to, honestly, I think it would probably be Maikel Garcia would be my second pick, which when you look at it, though, McGonigal is absolutely dominating everything that Maikel Garcia is doing. So for me, it was a pretty simple choice. I moved McGonigal to third base and put Bobby Witt at short.
I did Josh Jung. As my third baseman. 28 games, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. And he's batting .317, .381, .545 with 158 RPI. Not RPI, WRC plus.
Even baseball.
I have college baseball on the mind still. I got another video to do that one today. But Josh Jung, I like to look at it. Maikel Garcia would have been higher if the Royals didn't suck. I feel like that's kind of fair. If the Royals were a little bit better, then I would have looked towards Maikel Garcia, who's been hitting well. But it's hard to ignore a 158 or WRC plus, which the only 2 third baseman with better WRC pluses to start off the year was my shortstop, Kevin McGonigal, and Max Muncy, which we'll talk about on the other side. So it's kind of hard for me to go against it. And when the WARs are separated by 0.2, I don't care. I want to go after the guy that's hit better this year. No, I want to go after who's hitting better. Not WAR is incorporating defense. That's great. I want to go who's hitting better as my players of the month. So Josh Jung, 158 WRC plus.
All right. Now we'll head to the outfield. Now I know you and I did it differently. I
do have a center fielder.
I do have a designated center fielder for both leagues, and then I have 2 corner outfielders for both leagues.
I don't think I have a designated center fielder for the National League. I do have one for the American League.
I have one for the National League. We'll talk about him in a little bit. But American League center fielder, this feels pretty obvious. And holy crap, is he back? Mike Trout. Enough said. 10 home runs, 21 RBIs, higher walks than strikeouts. Love to see that. 248, 431, 569 for a perfect 1 dot. Spot on 1 dot. 174 WRC plus, which is the same as Aaron Judge. 1.7 WAR, which is the same as Aaron Judge. And the only thing that Aaron Judge is really doing significantly better than Trout is slugging, which his 622 slug compared to 569, which, spoiler, Aaron Judge is one of my outfielders, but we'll get to them when we talk about the other outfielders. But Mike Trout, and also when you compare Mike Trout just to the other center fielders, nobody really comes close. Byron Buxton's had a nice start. 0.9 WAR, though. Less home runs, significantly less RBIs, lower strikeout or lower walk rate, higher strikeout rate. Just his numbers don't come close to Mike Trout. For me, Mike Trout's your center fielder for the American League. I don't think it's particularly close.
I didn't think he was playing center.
He is.
Oh, I had Byron Buxton as a center fielder. It's good to see him back. He had 8 home runs. 8 home runs, 11 RBIs. But Byron Buxton, seeing him hit for power again was awesome to see. 252, 306, 504 slugging, a 121 WRC plus. I know only 0.9 WAR. Don't care. I just wanted to mention him because it was good to see. And by the time I was by the time we're recording this, I think he's at like 11 homers. So he is continuing to hit. And I think that if he can waive his no trade clause, I have a feeling he gets traded. And I don't want him to waive his no trade clause because there's only one team I could really see him going to.
Yeah. No.
And that's Atlanta. So
no, Philly.
Atlanta.
Oh wait, no, that's Trout. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Trout.
Byron Buxton is my, I guess, center fielder, just because I thought Mike Trout was playing more right field.
That's fair. We ready to talk just outfielders in general?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's get the obvious one out of the way. Aaron Judge. We good with that? We good?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just going to quickly mention his numbers: 31 games, 12 homers, 20 RBIs, batting 252, 381, 622, 174 WRC plus, which is tied for first amongst all outfielders in the league, tied with Mike Trout. 1.7 WAR, which is tied for first with Mike Trout. So Aaron Judge he had a slow start, but he's back to being
still almost a 2 WAR,
and he is going to be the MVP again. But move on to the next guy.
So we both have Trout. We both have Judge. You had Byron Buxton, which was interesting. I did not.
Who did you have?
I had Taylor Ward of the Baltimore Orioles. And yes, I know only 1 home run. But when you compare him to the other guys I was looking at, which was Willie Abreu and Byron Buxton, Willie Abreu has 3 percentage points more on his batting average, but Taylor Ward, 65 percentage points better on his on base and over 100 points better on his on base compared to Byron Buxton. Much better batting average than Byron Buxton. The slug is where he falls off a little bit, but when you have that significant difference of on base percentage, it makes up for the slug. 155 WRC plus, which is right behind, which is third among outfielders in the American League, which is right behind Aaron Judge and Mike Trout. And when you look at the WAR difference, he has 1 WAR compared to Rizarena 1.1, Abreu 1, and Byron Buxton 0.9. So kind of interesting there. For me, it was I liked his profile a little bit better than the other guys. Taylor Ward of the Baltimore Orioles is my last outfielder.
Yep, and I already mentioned I had Buxton, so I like that. DH, I feel like is pretty. Oh wait, you got.
Oh, my bad. For whatever reason it didn't. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do that.
DH.
Yordan Alvarez.
Okay. Pulling up his numbers now because Yordan Alvarez is the best hitter in baseball at the moment.
Yep.
And I feel like he might put a fight up with Judge for MVP. 32 games, 12 home runs, 27 RBIs, batting .356, .461, .737 with a WRC plus of 221, meaning he's 121% better than an average hitter.
Oh, he's the pick over Judge right now for the MVP.
100%.
If I'm giving an MVP for the American League, it's Yordan. He has a higher WAR.
It might be Yordan than Rice than Judge.
Yordan has a higher WAR, higher WRC plus, higher slug, higher on base, batting average, lower strikeout rate, higher walk rate. Wait, no, that's compared to Bobby Witt Jr. Who also has 1.7 WAR. But yeah, still higher in all of those categories. Actually, significantly higher in all those categories than. Other than the walk rate slightly higher for Judge than it is Yordan. But Yordan's having a significantly better season than that. Let's get to pitching in the American League. I'm getting up. There we go. Let's talk American League pitchers here. We each have 5 starters that we picked for this exercise. Feel like let's get the obvious one out of the way now.
Yes.
Jose Soriano was an absolute stud. 0.84 ERA in 7 starts, 42 and 2/3 innings pitched. Was absolutely dominant. Pretty simple there.
Yep, 5-1 record, 10.34 Ks per 9. I will say the one concern with him is a xERA of 3.09, meaning he's gonna.
But yeah,
it's still really good. He's not going to pitch to it under 1 ERA.
And
he already isn't because he allowed 4 runs or something against the White Sox the other day.
And here's the thing: we don't care because we're talking about results in March and April. I don't care about expected stats.
Exactly. I mentioned that. Yes, he is part of it, but I don't know if we're going to see him again.
All right,
that's what I mentioned.
Let's get another obvious one out of the way. Cam Schlittler.
Yep.
Of the New York Yankees, a 1.51 ERA, highest WAR in all of the American League for pitchers. 7 starts, a 4-run record, 41 and 2/3 innings pitched, over 10 strikeouts per 9. Has looked awesome. Cool.
Yeah, 10.58 walkouts per 9, strikeouts per 9. xERA of 2.4, so he's going to stay consistent. He's one of the lowest walks per 9 with 1.3, so he's going to throw strikes. And how about a 0.22 home runs per 9?
That's pretty good.
I believe I see one lower than him in the top 20 pitchers, and that's Max Fried at 0.19. Which I forgot to put in my.
I did not have him on there. I probably should have, but I have a couple other guys I picked before him. Want to talk about the next one?
Go ahead.
How about the Cleveland Guardians left-hander here, Parker Messick?
I didn't have.
He's been so much fun,
and I wanted to talk about a couple other guys.
Yeah, 6 starts, 36 and 1/3 innings pitched. So he just has one less start than a bunch of these other guys. A 1.73 ERA, 1.3 WAR, which pitcher WAR is whatever. 9.41 strikeouts per 9. He's been absolutely filthy. I think he had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning or 9th inning of a start as well. He's been absolutely filthy this year. Parker Messick. He's not the sexiest name in the world. He doesn't have the sexiest stuff, but goddamn has he been good. He is the 3rd starter on my list.
Can I take his teammate real quick?
You want to take Gavin?
Give me Gavin. Gavin Williams, 5-1 record in 43 and 1/3 innings pitched, 7 starts, 11.01 runs, strikeouts per 9, which is great. I wish he would get his walks down a little bit, but he's been great. 2.7 ERA. xERA of 3.83, so he's going to stay consistent. But he's been absolutely fantastic to start off the season, and I really like the strikeout per 9 numbers. That shows me how dominant a pitcher has been. And when you have strikeouts per 9, that's currently 7th in baseball. I like it. I think he could be an all-star this year.
Heard. Next pitcher. Someone that I can guarantee you won't be on the May team, the June team, or July team.
Did you do Scooble?
I did put Scooble in here.
I did not do Scooble.
Scooble was second in pitcher WAR, 2.7 ERA, over a strikeout per innings pitched, 43 and a third innings, 7 starts. For me, he had to be included in this list for me.
That's fair. I didn't get him in there. He's just not been the Scooble in terms of dominant strikeout numbers, 9.35. They had a couple of losses when he pitched. And I kept him off the list. I have a couple other guys that I kind of like more. And I'll go to another one of the guys that I know you don't have. And as much as I know, some people will say, oh, you want him to do horribly, right? No, I don't. I love seeing Jacob deGrom pitch like an absolute beast. And I don't care that it's on Texas. 2-1 record, 6 starts, 31 in the third innings pitch, 11.49 strikeouts per 9. Love to see it. Love to see it, deGrom. A 3.55. Sorry, not 3.55. That's what do you call it? A 2.01 ERA. So a tad over 2 ERA for him. I absolutely love how good Jacob deGrom is pitching this season. And I think he's going to be able to keep that up as long as he can stay healthy. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him more on these lists.
Yeah. Is that all your pitchers, or do you have one more?
I have one more.
Go for it.
And it's kind of hard to leave off the number one pitcher for strikeouts per 9.
Ooh, I did.
6 starts, 1-1 record, 31 in the third innings pitched for Mr. Dylan Cease of the Toronto Blue Jays. 14.07 strikeouts per 9, which is absolutely freaking insane. A 2.87 ERA, 1.3 WAR. The Toronto Blue Jays have a lot of problems right now. Dylan Cease is not one of them. He's been phenomenal. Love to see it for him and his contract in his first year of the contract with the Blue Jays. He is my 5th starting pitcher that I talked about.
Can I get weird for this last one?
Go for it.
This pitcher right here is 3rd in the American League in ERA so far this season in 37 innings pitched. Nick Martinez of the Tampa Bay Rays has been absolutely awesome at run prevention, run suppression, which when you were a starting pitcher, the ultimate thing you don't want to do is give up runs. How about a 1.7 ERA? Yes, I get it. A 3.83 expected ERA. Yes, I get it. 5.84 strikeouts per 9. That's not good. Here's the thing, though, is he's efficient. He's putting up numbers innings-wise that are he's thrown more innings than some guys who have 7 starts, like Tanner Bybee, where was other? I thought there was a couple other guys on here, but a lot of the guys, the only ones really above him are ones with 7 starts. So he's been efficient, and he has been one of the best pitchers in the American League for run prevention. And I have to give a shout out to my boy, Nick Martinez.
Fair enough. We go to the relievers. Reliever, we just pick one.
Yeah. Let me get up there. Where? I got to find the one I had because I don't know if he's qualified or not now.
I don't see any reliever stats.
You have to go under positional split as a relief pitcher.
There we go. Thank you.
That's weird. I think I had to set it for a certain amount of innings pitched.
Yeah, I'll quickly go for my closer. And it's David Bednar. He just leads the league in saves. Although I probably should have looked elsewhere. There's no way he has. You know what pitcher leads the relievers in Ks per 9? There's no way in hell I would have put him on the list.
No.
Jeff Hoffman.
Yeah.
And actually, although he's not getting saves, Grant Taylor has 15.68 for the White Sox. I just did David Bednar. He leads the league he leads the American League in saves. There wasn't any real guy on there that I loved overly. So.
Yeah, for me, it's he only has 5 saves on the year, only 8.2 innings pitched, so has not had much. Has not had much of a sample size so far this year, but a 1.04 ERA while doing it is pretty incredible. I also want to shout out Louis Varland. He's not my pick, but he's been absolutely unreal for the Toronto Blue Jays after taking over the closing role because he wasn't the closer for a while. He has a .56 ERA. I went with Aroldis Chapman. Now you could go Bednar because he does lead the league and lead the American League in saves. Ryan Helsley has 7 saves and a 2.53 ERA, so he's somebody you can consider as well because all of a sudden he learned how to pitch again. All the other guys above Chapman, though, have all above ERAs above 3, other than Ryan Helsley.
Yeah.
So I wasn't the most confident pick in the world for me, but I went for Aroldis Chapman for
swing Dave Butler.
All right.
Nothing with conviction.
So for the American League, quick recap: I got Bengaliers at catcher, Ben Rice at first, Cole Young at second, Bobby Witt at short, McGonigal at third. My center fielder is Mike Trout. My outfielders are Taylor Ward and Aaron Judge. My starting staff is Jose Soriano, Cam Schlittler, Parker Messick, Tariq Skubal, Nick Martinez. My closer is Aroldis Chapman.
I did Shea Bengaliers, Ben Rice, Jeremiah Jackson, Josh Jung, Kevin McGonigal. Outfielders, Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Byron Buxton, DH, Yordan Alvarez. Starting pitchers, Jose Soriano, Cam Schlittler, Dylan Cease, Gavin Williams, Jacob deGrom, and David Bednar as my closer. To the National League.
To the National League we go. We're going to start with the catcher position. And it's really gross that I'm starting it off this way, but it's an Atlanta Brave for me. Drake Baldwin has turned into one of the best hitters in baseball. Also want to shout out Liam Hicks. He just doesn't
he was a close second.
Doesn't have enough of a sample size for me. And his WAR is a little bit lower as well. But Drake Baldwin's just been one of the best hitters in baseball and definitely one of the best catchers in baseball this year for the Atlanta Braves. I think that was a rather easy decision for me here.
32 games for him. Yes, I have him too. 7 home runs, 25 RBIs, 308, 384, 500 slash line with a 147 WRC plus. The only player, there's only 2 catchers with higher WRC pluses than Drake Baldwin. One of them was Shea Bengaliers that we already talked about. The other one was Liam Hicks that has been absolutely crazy. He had 7 home runs and 28 RBIs for the Marlins.
He's also been playing a decent amount of first base as well.
That too. But huge shout out to Liam Hicks. He's been awesome. 0.9 WAR, and then so is William Contreras, 0.9 WAR. But it's Drake Baldwin. Unfortunately, our first 2 players are going to have to be Atlanta Braves.
Yes, because we have the National League first baseman. It's Matt Olson, a 1.7 WAR, a 167 WRC plus, which Vargas is higher, but doesn't have nearly the sample size. 23 games compared to 32. Matt Olson plays every single day. I don't think he's missed a game in the last 3 seasons. 5 seasons, which is incredible.
He's got an insane run.
That's absolutely nuts. Sal Stewart's been great too, 1.2 WAR. It's just his numbers aren't that great, aren't as good as Olson's. A little bit further down, shout out to Alec Burleson, who's been pretty good as well.
Yeah,
a 445 slug, just not close to the other one. I just wanted to shout out the Pirate though. But yeah, Matt Olson.
I'll quickly. Matt Olson, 32 games, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs, 296, 371, 616 slash line with a 167 WRC plus. Once again, there's 2 players with better WRC pluses. That's Ben Rice, who is number 2 in baseball, and Inamargo Vargas, who is 199, but has only played 23 games. So I wanted to do Vargas. He has a 1.4 WAR in 23 games, which is insane. I just don't see that keeping up for a journeyman.
No.
I like this next one.
National League second base position.
Which I did switch mine.
You did switch it.
Originally, I had one guy. I did switch it.
All right. Let's get into it here. A couple fun names. There's, if you're looking strictly at WAR, I mean, the WAR leader is J.J. Weatherholt, which is fun. When you look at just the overall players, Nico Horner is 0.1 WAR behind him. Bryce Terang is 0.1 WAR behind him. Ozzie Albies 1.3 WAR. He's been good. Xavier Edwards, X going to give it to you there. 1.2 WAR He's been really, really solid so far this year. He's definitely had some consideration. Brennan Lau has been pretty good. Luis Ariz, he's actually been pretty good defensively too. He's actually towards the top in second baseman for defensive runs saved. It's amazing. I've named 8 second basemen, and none of them are Ketel Marte, who is only at 0.3 WAR. He's been rough so far this year. It's Nico Hoerner for me, and the more I look at it, I'm wondering why. Because he does have a significantly lower strikeout rate than Weatherholt. Cool, higher batting average than Weatherholt, but Weatherholt has a higher on base and a higher slug. WRC plus is actually Weatherholt. Wow, I may have just overlooked Weatherholt here, I think I may have done this I think I may have originally put my list together on like the 29th, and he may have had a really good 30th, which may have swung that. I have Nico Hoerner, but the more I look at it, the more I want to put JJ Weatherholt as my second baseman.
I switched from Bryce Terang to JJ Weatherholt. 31 games for the rookie, which, by the way, fantastic opportunity for Weatherholt right off of opening day to get in there. He's my National League Rookie of the Year right now, and I don't think it's particularly close at the moment.
Ooh.
7 home runs, 16 RBIs in the month of March and April. 256, 378, 479 slash line with a 143 WRC plus 1.7 WAR. He leads second baseman. He's been phenomenal. And I believe he's been hitting leadoff for a while. So that's like he's gotten an amazing opportunity for a Cardinals team that is playing some really good baseball. So yeah, JJ Weatherholt for me.
There we go. I'm gonna stick with Hoerner because I already made my graphics and everything, and I believe in Hoerner more as an overall player. I think Weatherholt has the higher ceiling, but Hoerner is going to be the most consistent second baseman out there.
Yeah.
To the shortstop position, this is an interesting one because I think
this one's easy though.
I think this one's offensively. If you want to look strictly offensively, it's closer because you would suggest maybe CJ Abrams as your shortstop. Offensively, Dansby Swanson's been off to a decent start. Otto Lopez of the Miami Marlins has been off to a good start as well. It's Ellie De La Cruz, though. Now, offensively, CJ Abrams has been better, but a 0.6 WAR differential is nothing to overlook there for Ellie. Defensively, he's been significantly better. And when you're talking shortstops, I value defense over offense. Yep. When you're comparing the players. Obviously, I want good offensive shortstop as well, but I need them to be able to play better defense. And Ellie De La Cruz plays significantly better defense than CJ Abrams. For me, it's De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz and Sal Stewart are the reasons why the Cincinnati has any offense this year. 31 games, 10 home runs, 24 RBIs, batting 282, 355, 565 with a WRC plus of 149, 1.8 WAR to start the season. He's been absolutely phenomenal. Once again, there's a reason why the Cincinnati Reds are still over 500, and that's why. That and the amazing pitching that they have. Although I don't have any Reds pitching in my
I do not as well.
Because they've all just been really solid together.
They've been all pretty good, but none of them have been elite.
Yep. Third base is easy.
Third base, I mean, yeah, it's easy. It's Bo Bichette from the New York Mets. He's been off to an absolute, just kidding, it's Max Muncy of the Los Angeles Dodgers. More than doubles the WAR of the second place third baseman, Matt Chapman. And
Nick Gonzalez.
And Nick Gonzalez in 2 less games. He triples the WAR of Bregman and Machado. He has been what's been lifting up this Dodgers offense when the other guys are off to a little bit of a slow start. Because notice we didn't mention Freddie Freeman. We didn't mention Mookie Betts.
I was going to say Max Muncy's my only Dodger.
I have another Dodger we'll be talking about in a little bit for both. I have 2 more Dodgers we'll be talking about in a little bit.
I have just 1.
Well, if you count, I have 4 more positions that have Dodgers filled in them.
I just have Max Muncy.
That's fair. We will talk about that. But Max Muncy's been really, really good for the Dodgers so far. In one of probably the lowest pressure situations you can be in baseball, hitting 7th for the Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
When you have all those other guys in front of him, yeah, he's got one of the cushiest jobs in baseball. Center field, I don't think you have a center field specific for National League. I do, so I'm going to start with him there. I mentioned that I have four more positions with Dodgers in them. I have 5 total Dodgers on this list. One Dodger getting repeated twice, which we'll talk about. Andy Pages in center field. He's been awesome this year. 5 home runs, 25 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, a 321, 366, 518 slash line, a 145 WRC plus, 1.3 WAR. He's been playing awesome defense. He's been hitting really well towards the bottom of that Dodgers lineup. A couple other shout outs to Michael Harris, who's also been really, really good so far this year. Same WRC plus as him, just a slightly lower WAR, which ended up being the difference between the two. And even though he struggled offensively, his defense has kept him up. Pete Armstrong as well. Any center fielders for you, or it's just outfielders for you?
I think it's just outfielders for me. I honestly don't remember exactly which ones he's got. I think Michael Harris is a center fielder.
He is.
Yes, Michael Harris, I have a center fielder, I guess. He's been, where's his numbers? 30 games, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, batting 317, 352, 535. 145 WRC plus. The Braves need him to be back. Good. I guess good for him. He gets onto the list.
All right. To the outfielders, I think we're aligned on one of them. James Wood.
I don't have James Wood on here.
James Wood has been absolutely awesome. Obviously, he's always had the one big major concern, 32.3% strikeout rate. But he's also walking 20% of the time. 238, 400 on base, a 541 slug, a 155 WRC plus. He has been absolutely awesome this year. 10 home runs, 24 RBIs, 30 runs scored. So for me, James Wood is the first one here.
I want to give a shout out to a guy because I don't know how often we're going to be able to talk about him. Mickey Moniak.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
I had to. I'm sorry. It's only 25 games. 8 home runs, 17 RBIs, batting 315, 361, 652, with a WRC plus of 162, which I had to lower the.
I was going to say he was not part of the qualified hitter, which is why he didn't make it for me.
Because I believe he has now 11 home runs this year.
He's been awesome.
He's been amazing for the Rockies. And then my other guy was Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker has to be in there. 9 home runs, 23 RBIs, 284, 354, and 552 slug with a 152 WRC plus. I'm sorry, James Woods. I didn't mean to leave you off the list. I knew you would talk about James Wood. I wanted to bring up Mickey Moniak.
Also, shout out to Corbin Carroll. I completely left him off the list.
Even though
he should be on this list too, honestly. Also, someone who's off to a sneaky nice start, Ian Happ of the Chicago Cubs has been pretty good. And O'Neal Cruz, forget about his defense. He has a 512 slug right now. And he has 9 home runs, 26 RBIs. If he can just hit home runs, he can be absolutely awesome. Designated hitter for the National League.
I think it's obvious.
Yeah, for me, I put Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Why?
The more I look at it, it's pretty close. He does have a significantly higher batting average and on base compared to Kyle Schwarber. Yes, Schwarber has more home runs and he's out slugging them. But for me, Ohtani is my DH.
You have to have better offensive stats if you're going to be a DH. 31 games, 11 home runs, 20 RBIs, 225 batting average. Fine, that's not as high. OPS of 381, which is a little bit lower than 595 slugging, which is higher, and 1 WAR compared to 0.9 WAR for Ohtani, even though he's pitching 2.
That doesn't count.
That's okay. Sorry,
that's strictly hitters. Yeah.
But 166 WRC plus compared to 144 for Ohtani. Ohtani has to do something special for me to put him on a list.
That's fair.
I'm not going to just put him on there because his name is Shohei Ohtani.
That's fair. But we will move on to our rotations,
which I forgot to put on Ohtani. So there you go.
There you go. My ace, Shohei Ohtani. Yes, he's not pitched nearly as much as the other guys. 30 innings pitched, because I believe they have a 6-man rotation in LA, so he doesn't get as many innings.
Correct.
0.6 ERA, though, and he leads the National League in WAR. He's actually tied for the National League in WAR, but someone that I forgot to put on this list. So that's because I chose his teammate over him. So Shohei Ohtani is my ace.
Let's start off, and man, I'm going to seem like a homer when it comes to the first two that I have. Nolan McLean.
Yeah.
I know 1-2 record, 6 starts, 35 and a third innings pitched, 11.46 strikeouts per 9, which is 5th in baseball. He's got some nasty stuff. ERA of 2.55, but expected ERA of 2.27. He's going to get better.
Yep.
And home run rate of half a home run per 9 innings, which is solid. I want him to get his walk rate a little bit down, but he's been somebody that's been really solid. Mets have a lot of problems. It is not because of Nolan McLean, and I'm going to roll into my second guy. It's not because of Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes has been really solid for the Mets as well. I got to pull up his ERA.
1.75 ERA.
1.75 ERA in April, 3-2 record, 36 innings pitched. Strikeout per 9 of only 6.25, but he has been one of the main reasons why the Mets have, the Mets pitching has been solid. Although expected ERA of 3.94, he's going to regress a little bit, but he had a really good April.
Yeah, and don't worry, I have someone who has an even lower strikeout per 9 rate on my list. Huge shout out to Justin Robletsky of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I'm sorry, what?
1.5 ERA in 30 innings pitched, 4.5 strikeouts per 9. So
he's not qualified.
He's not a qualified. I lowered my standard for pitchers.
I saw that
because there's some pitchers that just don't have the opportunity sometimes, and that's just they didn't. Sometimes it's a 6-man rotation, things along those lines. Maybe just they only got 5 starts instead of 6 in the month.
I see why you have multiple Dodgers then. That's
yes.
Fun.
So yes, the 4 other Dodgers other than the Max Muncy was Pages, Ohtani, and Robletsky.
Oh, so yeah, Ohtani is a pitcher too. You mentioned that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
How about my next guy here? And I don't know if you put him on your list or not. Colorado Rockies. Chase Dollander.
You're damn right I did.
Freaking time.
Right I did.
About freaking time. 2.25 ERA. Keep in mind he pitches in cores, so that's also very difficult. 32 innings pitched. Almost 11 strikeouts per 9. Has been absolutely dominant. And then into my last starter, real quick. Chris Sale of the Atlanta Braves, a 2.31 ERA has been really, really good. Over a strikeout per 9. And he's doing this at 37 years old. And he's really carrying this Braves staff, which, yes, Bryce Edler has been pretty good as well. But also a couple other guys I wanted to shout out as well. Logan Roop. Landon Roop, my bad. He's been really, really good. Kyle Harrison has been fun. Only 28 and a third innings pitched, but Martin Perez has thrown to a 2.22. Whatever devil magic Atlanta's got going there. And then another guy throwing to a 2.67 ERA, Foster Griffin.
I saw him, yeah.
That's a fun one there.
He was
and
out
then
of a Korean league, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then one last guy I want to shout out, someone that I put out when he signed with the team he did in the offseason that he was going to have like a 7 ERA and 30 starts. Tomoyuki Sugano.
That's been fantastic.
2.84 ERA, pitching half his innings in cores. He's been awesome. So, yeah. A couple guys I wanted to shout out, as well as my rotation, which is Ohtani, Holmes, Robletsky, Dollander, and Sale.
I'm going to bring up Dollander again because I had him as well. 10.97 Ks per 9. How about an under 1 home run? 0.84 home runs per 9 when you play in Coors Field.
That's awesome, especially with someone like him.
But I really like him. It's hard to talk about your a rotation of your best pitchers in April when you don't bring up the best strikeouts per 9 in April himself, Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah.
14.05. The only one he trailed was Dylan Cease.
3.31
ERA. Yes,
that's what threw me off.
But when I see a 14.05 strikeouts per 9 in 32 innings, it's hard to ignore that one. So I put him on the list. And you mentioned him earlier, Bryce Edler. 43 innings, 3-1 record. Only a 7.53 Ks per 9, but 1.88 ERA. And for a rotation that has been decimated with injuries, him stepping up was absolutely massive. So Bryce Edler is my final guy in the rotation. And I feel like the closer we don't really have to discuss.
Yeah.
Although we will.
We will because
he's insane.
When you just talk about WAR in general, this guy is thrown up. I want to say already one WAR. 0.9 WAR, considering he's a reliever and he's 10th in all of pitchers in WAR. Mason Miller of the San Diego Padres.
Right.
Yeah, if it's anybody else, you're not doing it right. 10 saves on the year, a 1.17 ERA bum. He had a 0 ERA for a while. 17.02 strikeouts per 9, which is where's his strikeout rate? They don't have a strikeout rate. That's annoying.
I think it's like 54% or something like that.
It's unbelievable.
It's unheard of.
Yes.
So big shout out to Mason Miller's mine too. He's second place in reliever WAR this season. Louis Varland's number 1. But
Louis Varland's been awesome. He's also pitched more.
Pitched 2/3 of an inning more. But Mason Miller, if you don't have Mason Miller on here, although I will give a shout out to a player that's probably going to get a nice package for him come trade deadline, Ryan O'Brien for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's got 8 saves this year, a 9.98 strikeouts per 9, a 1.17 ERA. He's been fantastic for the St. Louis Cardinals as well. Along with what the hell is going on with Colorado and their pitching, Antonio Senzatella has been fantastic.
Yes.
19 2/3 innings pitched, a 0.46 ERA for him.
Yep.
What? But solid for him, but Mason Miller is the clear number 1 there.
Also, someone's pitching pretty well. It was one of those signings in the offseason where you're like, interesting. Gregory Soto has a 1.4 ERA.
He's been great.
And I feel like there was one other guy that I wanted to bring up, but
Robert Suarez has been good for Atlanta.
Yeah.
0.71 ERA.
Sean
Burke for the White Sox, 0.68 ERA. Rico Garcia for the Baltimore Orioles, 0.66. Tyler Anderson for the Texas Rangers, 0.63.
Can I also one other pitcher I want to give a shout out to? Actually, 2. They're both from the same bullpen. Huskar Brazoban has a 1.35 ERA for the Mets this year. He's been awesome. Yeah, he's appeared in 12 games already. And then also from the Mets, Brooks Raley has a 1.69 ERA coming in off of Tommy John last year.
Yeah.
So he's been really, really good as well. A couple other relievers I want to mention.
That should do it.
Yep, that is everything for the all March and April teams. Let us know down in the comment section below. Where did we get it right? Where did we get it wrong? Did we include someone that you wouldn't have? Did we miss somebody? Let us know down in the comment section below. That's going to do it for this one. Well, thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.